K-pop idols by day, demon hunters by night, and their voices are the only thing standing between humanity and hell. But when a rival boy band rises to steal their fans and drain the magical barrier protecting the world, one member faces an impossible truth. She's half demon herself. Now, with her secret exposed, her friends terrified, and a charming enemy who might be her only ally, she must choose between hiding what she is and embracing the darkness to save everyone she loves. Because sometimes the monster is the hero, and sometimes love is the deadliest weapon of all. Smash that like and subscribe. Story begins now. The movie opens in a massive concert arena in South Korea, the deafening roar of thousands of fans echoing through the air. Their anticipation is palpable as they eagerly await the arrival of Huntrix, a K-pop girl group composed of Mira, Roomie, and Zoe. At the top of their game, their voices and songs consistently ignite excitement, and their fans are always thrilled to witness their electrifying performances. But the members of Huntrix are not just singers, they are protectors, warriors on a mission to hunt down the demons that once threatened the world. Years ago, demonic forces infiltrated humanity, harvesting souls to fuel their leader, Guima. But a trio of gifted warriors, whose powerful voices could repel the darkness, rose up. Through their music, they created the Han Moon Barrier, a magical shield to protect humanity. Each generation, a new trio of warrior singers is chosen to maintain the Han Moon and strengthen it into the Golden Han Moon, the final seal to banish the demons permanently. Inside the arena, Bobby, the group's manager, grows anxious as the minutes tick by, and the girls are nowhere in sight. He checks his tracker and realizes they've veered off course. Meanwhile, aboard their private jet, the girls relax, indulging in food to build the energy they'll need for the performance. Suddenly, Roomie's phone rings. Bobby is calling, demanding to know why they're going in a different direction. As the girls glance out the window, they realize they've already passed the venue. Something feels off. They notice that the flight attendants are acting strangely. She confronts one of the flight attendants. As she grabs the stewardess's arm, her eyes catch the infernal marks on her skin. They realize the flight attendants are demons in disguise. The demons reveal their true forms, vowing to destroy the Huntrix fans. Unfazed, the girls spring into action, drawing their magical swords and singing in unison. Their voices rise together as they battle the demons. Each demon falls before their combined power. As they descend toward the arena, they brace for the final showdown. Upon landing on stage, they swiftly dispatch the remaining demons. Zoe, with pinpoint accuracy, hurls one of her knives, taking down the last of the monsters. With the threat extinguished, they immediately launch into their performance. The crowd's energy surges, and for the first time, a golden glow begins to emanate from the Han Moon Barrier, its power growing stronger. Meanwhile, in the underworld, the demon who had infiltrated the plane approaches Guima, trembling as she reports her failure to destroy Huntrix. Enraged, Guima hurls her into the demonic flames, frustrated at his minions' repeated failures. Just then, a new figure steps forward. Jinwoo, a young demon. Unfazed by the chaos, he proposes a daring new plan: create a fake musical group to infiltrate the hearts of the fans who sustain the Han Moon. By stealing their support, they could drain the power from the barrier itself. Amused by Jinwoo's boldness, Guima grants him permission to proceed. But before allowing him to go forward, Guima demands to know Jinwoo's price for carrying out this mission. Jinwoo quietly requests that his traumatic memories be erased. Meanwhile, back at the arena, the girls revel in the golden glow of the Han Moon, unaware that a new plan is already unfolding, one that could challenge everything they've fought to protect. After bidding farewell to Bobby and his team, they head to their building, exhausted but relieved. Zoe and Mira grab armfuls of snacks from the kitchen, eager to unwind on the sofa. Meanwhile, Roomie is excited to release their latest single, believing it will hasten the Han Moon to turn golden. Roomie wears one of their costumes. When she steps out, Zoe and Mira's eyes widen in panic as they realize their rest is about to be interrupted. Just then, Bobby bursts in, announcing that their new single has gone viral and everyone is talking about it. Despite their exhaustion, the girls feel the rush of excitement. They decide to push forward, ready to dive back into their work. During rehearsals, Roomie retreats to the dressing room. There, she can't help but notice the demonic marks along her arms, making her uneasy. Shaking it off, Roomie slips into her outfit once again and heads back. But as soon as she starts to sing, her voice falters, leaving her confused. She tries again, and her voice breaks. Bobby notices something's off and checks in with her, but she can't explain the sudden weakness in her voice. Roomie requests a brief break, but tension mounts and Bobby panics. Tens of thousands of fans are waiting for them outside. Alone in her dressing room, Roomie unzips her outfit, revealing that the marks on her arms have spread and become more visible. With them, her ability to sing has deteriorated. Overcome with panic, she bolts from the studio, running through the city as if she could escape her reality. As she runs, memories of a conversation with Celine, their successor, flood her mind. It's revealed that Roomie is the daughter of a powerful demon, born from a forbidden union between her demonic father and her mother, a renowned magical warrior. Celine had warned her that the marks were part of her heritage, but assured her they would vanish once the golden Han moon appeared. Despite this knowledge, Roomie had always been taught to conceal her true nature, a secret she kept from her best friends. Minutes later, Roomie finds herself in a high-rise building. No matter how hard she tries, her voice fails her. Frustrated, she lets out a scream of rage. Hours later, Roomie returns to her apartment, where Zoe and Mira are waiting. Upon hearing Roomie's frustration over her failing voice, Zoe comforts her, offering a possible solution. The next day, the girls disguise themselves to blend in with the crowd. Zoe leads them to Dr. Han's office, where they're given a box of special throat tonics that may help Roomie regain her voice. As they leave the clinic, they encounter a group of handsome young boys. Zoe and Mira begin to drool over them. Roomie is repelled by their behavior but soon joins her friends when she spots one boy who stands out, Jinu. The boy bumps into her, causing her to hit the ground. He tells her to watch herself, then continues on his way, leaving Roomie seething with anger. As they leave, they catch wind of a melodious song. Intrigued, they follow the sound and discover the group of young boys they had just encountered performing in the street. Their talent is undeniable, and the girls find themselves drawn to the music. The boys call themselves the Saja Boys, but the girls grow suspicious when the boys perform some magical feats. It doesn't take long for them to realize the new boy band are demons. Roomie, sensing the growing danger, warns her friends that they need to eliminate these new threats immediately. Realizing their fans are at risk once again, the girls brace themselves for battle, determined to confront the Saja Boys and stop them before they can cause harm. They prepare to invade the venue of their next performance, hoping to catch them off guard. Unfortunately, during the show, the Saja Boys invite the girls to join them on stage, ruining their plan. They're furious but compose themselves, determined not to cause a scene. The show ends, and the girls pursue the Saja Boys, who have fled into the bathroom. Without hesitation, the girls enter, weapons drawn, ready to fight. But before they can strike, Jinu, the leader of the Saja Boys, opens dozens of portals, summoning aquatic demons from the pool. The girls engage the creatures with fierce determination, but as they battle, they notice the Han Moon's energy weakening. More monsters emerge, and the situation becomes more dire by the second. Roomie, focused on Jinu, chases him into one of the saunas. She fights with all her might, but Jinu easily evades her strikes. During the fight, he notices the marks on her arms. A flicker of confusion crosses his face as he wonders how a demon can also be a hunter. Then, in the chaos, Roomie sees her friends trapped. Panic surges through her as she realizes her secret may soon be exposed. Paralyzed by fear, she stands, confused. But just as the pressure mounts, Jinu unexpectedly saves her, pulling her into a tight hug. He quickly ties a piece of fabric around the tear in her costume, hiding her marks once again. With her secret protected, Roomie joins her friends, and together, the magical warriors eliminate every last demon in the bathroom. Back in the Huntrix building, the girls watch the city below, their concern growing as they see the Han Moon weakening further. The battle is far from over. Suddenly, Bobby rushes in with alarming news. The Saja Boys have taken over all the social networks. Tired and frustrated, Roomie declares that it's time to write their next hit song. This time, they will put an end to the demons once and for all. Later, as Roomie steps out onto her bedroom balcony to clear her mind, she's startled by a sinister bird, which leads her to Jinu's demonic tiger. The creature hands her a letter, which she opens to find an invitation from Jinu himself, requesting a meeting that night. Despite her reluctance, Roomie feels compelled to accept. That evening, she arrives at the meeting spot, determined to confront Jinu. But as she tries to strike, she realizes she just sliced through a mannequin. Jinu tries to calm her down, explaining that he didn't come to fight, but to talk. He reveals his dark past, how 400 years ago, Guima granted him a beautiful voice that helped his family emerge from poverty, but then condemned him to the demon world. Jinu now lives with guilt over his family's downfall. The young man, feeling a strange kinship with Roomie, asks her about the marks she carries. But Roomie, unwilling to share her secret, attempts to attack him again. Jinu teleports away, leaving her frustrated and confused. As days pass, the girls continue to compose their new song, determined to finish it and strengthen the Hanmoon once more. Meanwhile, the demonic tiger continues to haunt Roomie, appearing daily and adding to her worries. To keep her friends from discovering the creature, she hides it in her room, but she knows this won't last for long. Later, as Roomie writes song lyrics in her room, Mira unexpectedly arrives. Roomie manages to hide the demonic tiger just in time, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to keep the creature under wraps. Mira notices Roomie's strange behavior but doesn't press further, though concern lingers in her eyes. Meanwhile, as the Saja boys grow more popular, gaining thousands of fans, the Hanmoon weakens, allowing more demons to attack, capturing souls across the city. People begin to vanish without a trace, mounting pressure on Huntrix. Roomie, still burdened by the secret of her true heritage, decides to meet with Jinu, believing he could help her, and in turn, she might be able to free him from Guima's control. She confides in him, explaining that once the Golden Hanmoon is achieved, Guima will lose his influence over the human world forever. Roomie asks for Jinu's help in restoring Huntrix's fame by making the Saja boys lose their upcoming concert. She explains that if Huntrix creates a stronger connection with their fans, they can forge a barrier powerful enough to banish Guima for good. Jinu hesitates, unsure whether to trust her plan or if it's possible to escape Guima's claws. A few days later, the trio rehearses for their upcoming concert, but Roomie, dissatisfied with the lyrics they've come up with, says it's too harsh and direct. Her friends are confused by her sudden shift in mood, leading to a heated argument. Roomie meets with Jinu once again. As they talk, she admits that since speaking with him, her voice has begun to return to normal. They share a moment of connection, and as they sing together, something shifts. At the end of the song, Jinu expresses that he no longer hears Guima's oppressive voice. For the first time in a long while, he feels free. Encouraged by this change, Jinu promises Roomie that he will make his group lose at the next performance, fully committing to helping her cause. Roomie is overjoyed. Right after, Jinu is pulled back into the demon underworld. Guima, furious, threatens to amplify the torment by dredging up Jinu's past sins, memories of when he abandoned his family in their time of need. Jinu responds coldly, telling Guima that he's just stringing Roomie along. The next day, the girls reunite, their spirits lifted. They decide to choose a new song to perform at their upcoming concert, resolved to continue their mission, no matter the obstacles ahead. By night, the arena is once again filled with the roar of hundreds of thousands of eager fans. As the girls head toward their dressing room, they cross paths with the Saja boys making their way to the stage. Roomie notices the subtle shift in Jinu's demeanor, his expression more serious, almost determined. The presenter, brimming with excitement, announces that the Saja boys' performance is about to begin. But just as he finishes, the lights abruptly go out, plunging the venue into darkness, leaving the audience confused and disoriented. Panic stirs, but it's quickly broken when Bobby rushes to the girls, urgently informing them that the Saja boys just had a fight on stage. He claims it's their best opportunity to win back the fans they've lost. Fueled by determination, they head for the stage, ready to reclaim what is theirs. As they launch into their performance, the crowd is electrified, their energy rising with each note. During the song, Zoe and Mira go backstage to give Roomie the spotlight for her solo. While there, they spot Bobby being led away by security, confusion wash over them. Without hesitation, the girls rush to his aid, and that's when they realize the security team isn't human. They are demons, using their powers to trap the girls. The room's power shuts off abruptly, and as darkness consumes the venue, a new song begins to play, the very song they had discarded, leaving the girls confused and disoriented. Before Roomie can process this, two demons, disguised as her friends, join her, pushing her toward the stage. The creatures destabilize her, stripping off her golden costume and exposing the marks on her arms to the entire audience. Paralyzed with desperation, Roomie's world crumbles around her. She screams in frustration, Stumbling off stage, she runs into Zoe and Mira. The sight of her marks terrifies them, and in fear, they draw their weapons in defense. Roomie, frantic, tries to explain, but her words only push them further away. She pleads with them not to abandon her, but her cries deepen their fear. Feeling utterly rejected and devastated, Roomie flees, her heart breaking as she races through the darkness. She eventually finds Jinu, and with pain in her voice, asks why he's done this to her. His response is cold and cutting. Everything he's told her has been a lie. He tells her she should accept him for what he truly is, and accept herself as well. They can't change who they are. Meanwhile, Zoe and Mira are still reeling from what they've witnessed. They notice the Han moon is rapidly dissipating, its protective power fading with every passing second. Bobby watches in silence as the audience, once full of life, now shrinks before his eyes. Later, the Saja boys appear on all the screens around the venue. Jinu, with a smirk, declares that they will pay tribute to the Huntrix group that had broken up before their performance at the Great Soul Tower, inviting everyone to join their performance. In the underworld, Jinu and the Saja boys prepare for their demonic banquet. The show begins, and they perform their new song. Guima, strengthened by the influx of souls he's recently consumed and the weakening Han moon, enters the human world and casts a trance over the public, including Mira and Zoe, drawing them to the Saja boys' performance. The audience slips into a trance, hypnotized by the performance. Slowly, they begin to walk toward the underworld rifts. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, Roomie interrupts the Saja boys' performance with a new song, a song addressing her shame and self-acceptance, her voice cutting through the hypnotic song. With a triumphant sneer, Guima declares that it's already too late. But Roomie ignores him and continues to sing, her voice rising above the chaos. As she sings, Zoe and Mira are released from the grip of hypnosis, their minds snapping back to reality. The girls reunite and begin to sing together, their voices harmonizing with a power that shakes the very foundation of the arena. Furious, Guima summons thousands of demonic creatures, hoping to overwhelm them. But the powerful hunter warriors are unfazed. With swift precision, they unleash their weapons, destroying each demon that dares to challenge them. As their voices fill the air, the Han Moon barrier begins to emerge once more, stronger than ever. Reunited, the Huntrix group shares an embrace, and as they do, their costumes transform, now imbued with a new energy. Without wasting a moment, they head toward the stage, ready to face Guima head-on. He absorbs the strength of the demons around him and hurls a devastating blast of flames toward Roomie. She holds it back, but its force is batoned her. Seeing her struggle, Jinu, after a moment of contemplation, goes to help her. He pleads for forgiveness for his desperate acts that have caused trouble and broken hearts. Roomie tries to convince him not to give up, but Jinu, seeing there's no hope for him, hands over his heart to Roomie, bestowing upon her immense power. With newfound strength, Roomie faces Guima, her rage fueling her every move. She slashes him with her weapon, cutting him in half. Together, the Huntrix girls fight fiercely, taking out the remaining Saja boys and their minions. The Han Moon barrier fully becomes golden, banishing the demons. The greatest threat of all time has been defeated, and light is restored to mankind. In the aftermath, the girls finally get to relax and enjoy a spa session, their mission complete. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment on what movie or series you want next. Your support helps the channel grow and lets me bring you even bigger, crazier stories every week.